Hi, everyone. My name is Stephen Knight with Prize Fest, here to remind you that the Louisiana Film Prize is September 30th through October 2nd. We are so excited to be out there with you this year, showing you 20 amazing short films by our top 20 filmmakers. And the cool part is you get to be the judge and help one lucky film walk away with $25,000 cash. The tickets can all be found at prizefest.com. And remember, this year at Prize Fest 2021, and Film Prize, we are requiring all attendees, filmmakers, and staff to show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test in order to attend. So make sure you get that done. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, I'd like to welcome Gray Fagan, the director of Moonlight Dancer. All right, Gray, how about you say hi to everybody?
Hello, everyone. Yes, it is me. Great. The moment you've all been waiting for, apparently. I love that.
Absolutely. This is your time to shine. So we're going to make sure that you are seen and people celebrate your moment. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions and we're going to get to know a little bit more about you, a little bit more about the film without any spoilers. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. So let's talk about your film. Give us some high points of it without any spoilers.
Some high points of it. Well, it is the first real attempt at doing a musical. I have always played piano. I taught myself by ear. I'm not really a musician by any means, but it's kind of like just part of me, just trying. So it was a really big undertaking to do, considering I don't really know how to read music, but somehow we did it. It's here. I'm ready to show everyone. Everyone likes the songs that have seen it, so hopefully the audience at LA Film Prize does too.
Well, congratulations. That does sound like a big undertaking, but the fact that you took up the challenge and you created a film not even initially knowing how to read music, that is amazing. So congrats on that. So let's talk a little bit more about the film. How do you come up with the idea? Did anything specific inspire it? And what inspires you as a filmmaker?
Yeah, so this one really actually came about by me and a couple friends who well, we all went to high school together. We have always done short film, storytelling type fun games. And one of the things we do is we just sit around the piano. I'll be on the piano and play a couple notes and we'll just start vamping a story. And usually it's a joke. But one particular day, I think it was 2 years ago or so at this point, 2 or 3 years ago, we were doing the same thing and I hit this one piano riff and it kind of this jazzy type thing and all of us were like, wait, that's actually it's kind of good actually. It's not a joke. So we just started throwing together a storyline and yeah, that's how it came about. It isn't based off any experience of mine, but in the beginning we were writing it about Denver. For some reason we just the word Denver came to our heads, and as we got further into making it, we were like, wait, we've have you been to Denver? Have you? And none of us had been to Denver. We're like, why are we writing this about a place we don't know about? And we're like, well, what's a place that's rich in music and culture and we could? And we're like, wait a minute, we're literally we're in Louisiana. This is the perfect place to set this in New Orleans. So once we did that, it came together so easily. But yeah, that's how it started, just on a piano.
Well, the best ideas often happen with mistakes. And it seems like
Right.
your mistake turned into being a top 20 filmmaker. So congrats for that. So tell us about your experience. What drew you to the film prize?
So a couple of things. I had seen it on Facebook at one point. I was just scrolling and I guess the ad found me. So thank you to the government for doing that, whoever brought you guys to my feed. But I saw it and I wasn't sure we could do it because it was at the end of the filming period. We were right at the end of it. And a teacher at my school then sent it to me too, through email one day and was like, you guys should do this. And when she did that, I was like, okay, if my teachers are on board, because I just graduated film school, so that's I'm a new graduate. But when she sent it to me, I was like, okay, if the teachers are on board and think we can do it, then I might as well do it. So I called, all right, I just kind of inquired, and then the LA Film Prize team was so they were really wanted us to do it. So I was like, all right, if everyone seems to be wanting us to do it, and I'm the only one that's kind of hesitant right now, then I just need to just go ahead and do it. And yeah, that's what happened, and it's been a great experience so far.
Well, we love that you didn't sleep on your dreams and your opportunities. And again, you're here, so we're excited about that. So I actually want to hear a little bit about your shooting experience. What was it like making the film, and what did you want the film to say? Is there a message in there that's kind of buried or maybe more obvious?
Yeah, so the message of the film is it's really just about a relationship between like a mother and daughter, and it's the overall message of it is kind of like no matter what you do, you can't break that like family bond. And it's kind of a mixture of like there's no place like home versus um like you always have a place to go back to, like no matter what you do in life. So that's kind of the overall message. As far as shooting it, it was actually kind of funny because I'm from Louisiana, but the entire crew that came down are all from California. So it was like a lot of them, this was their first time. And it was just so funny seeing like the moment these guys stepped off the plane, like the humidity hit them. And like, I mean, like we were driving back from New Orleans. There was an alligator in the road. I was like, this couldn't be more like planned. There was an alligator in the road. There was a massive rainstorm where like you would just drive into like a wall of rain. And like these people were like, it was full fish out of water. Like everyone was like, where have I just stepped in? And like, I mean, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong on the shoot. And it was just the best chaos I could have ever been a part of. But it was, I mean, I could go on and on about stories of like people not like there was an armadillo at one point just like crossing through our set. We were like in the middle of these like woods and like woods-ish area, and like they were just like, am I in the jungle? Like what is this?
So it sounds like you had the perfect filming experience and you're very malleable. So I'm
Oh, so
proud of
easy, yes.
you. So let's get to the moment you turned in your film. How about you tell us what was it like when you turned it in? Did you think that you would make it into the top 20? And what was it like when your name was called that you were a finalist?
Oh gosh. So the cut has to be 15 minutes, and the first cut we had was like 25. So the day of turning it in was like me sitting in an editing room with the editor. I mean, we spent 2 days in there, like being like, we have all these scenes, like what do we cut? Like how do we get it's a musical, so like you can't just cut songs out. So it's like, what do we cut then? So yeah, it was hectic getting into the turn in. And then I remember at one point, Chris emailed me and was like, "Are you guys still turning something in?" I was like, "Yes, yes." I was delirious at this point. Like, we had been up like 2 nights in a row. I still was in the same clothes. So I probably was like disgusting, but we got it in, and that was the biggest relief at that point, was just like turning it in. So I was like, I don't even know what's gonna happen. Like, I've never been part of the competition. I don't know who I'm competing against. Hope they like it. We had heard the song so many times by that point. I was like, I don't even know if these are good. I don't know if this movie's good. I've seen it too many times. I don't want to see it again. And so getting it in was a relief. And then when the top 20 announcement came around, like I was sitting right here on like this little couch back there. We're watching it on my computer, and one of the actors was here with me, and we were just going through, and I was like, I don't know, like I just didn't, I did not expect it. And then whenever it got to the point where the woman came up that called our name, my computer actually like glitched out. The broadcast stopped. So I got on like the YouTube broadcast, but it was like delayed. So I like FaceTime my mom and dad who were also watching, and we were just like, there's no way, like, like they're calling all these other people. And then suddenly, because we're watching on YouTube and it was delayed, and then my parents started cheering on FaceTime, and I was like, they're like, you got it, you got it. And I looked at my screen, and like they hadn't called her name, so I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are like, that was uncool. And then suddenly it popped up on my screen. I was like, oh wait, we were just another delay. So like it was like this whole moment of like celebration and then not celebration and then celebration, and yeah, and then I was just over the moon. Like we went out, we like had a celebratory dinner with everyone that was here, and we were just like, oh, we can't believe we did this. Like we haven't even finished the film, and we're already in a festival. So I was like, this has to be a good sign, right? So yeah, it was great.
Well, I love it. You might as well start making your film for next year. Obviously, you made it in.
Yeah.
So this is your chance to speak to your audience and the folks beyond, because again, we are going to be a virtual and in-person festival. Why should someone vote for your film, Moonlight Dancer?
Gosh, the easy question, obviously. I think that musicals, like it's a split audience always. People either like them or they don't. But what I think makes this one different is, I mean, it's called Louisiana Film Prize, and this movie is all about Louisiana. I mean, it celebrates Louisiana culture. It has people from Louisiana that are in the movie. And I think the music itself is jazz. Like we really went out of our way to collaborate with people that our experience. Like obviously I said I write the songs, but like I was like I don't play jazz music, so like we went and found a jazz band to record these live. Like these are all live recordings of, it's all about improvisation. That's like such a part of like the culture in jazz that was born out of New Orleans. And then we filmed in Louisiana. We had costume designers that did the research to really make it period accurate to like what you would have seen in the French Quarter. So there was a lot of love that went into this, and it truly is a Louisiana story through and through. So I feel like what better place to show it than Louisiana Film Prize, being that we're here in Shreveport, it's local. I mean, I think if anything, if there's any reason to vote for it, it's just to celebrate your own state and the pride that comes with that, and hoping voting for it will help share it with, other people that are not familiar with the culture in Louisiana. So that's my major point with it. But I mean, also vote for it if you think it's a good film. So that's the other one.
Absolutely. So we are nearing the end of your interview. This is your last question before we get out of here. So
Sure.
this is yet another moment to make an emotional plea to the audience. Imagine this, the big moment where we announce our winner and you're thinking about it. Think about what it will feel like if your name is called, right? And what will winning mean to you as a filmmaker, and what would you plan to do with the money? So yeah, again, what would it feel like to win? What would it mean to you as a filmmaker, and what would you do with the money?
Yeah, so what would it feel like to win? That would be insane because, like being a young filmmaker, not really having had the opportunity to like showcase work to like outside audiences, that would just be super gratifying and motivating, because it's like, okay, I haven't wasted my time pursuing this dream. And I mean, there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into this film. I mean, like years and years. So like having even just showing it's like gratifying enough and being awarded. But yeah, having that would just be like, I think I might like pass out probably. So maybe we don't want that. I don't know. Pass out on stage, but it'd be worth it passing out. And then what was the second part? I just passed out just thinking about it. Hold up.
Absolutely. And the final portion of the question is, what would you do if you won the money?
Oh, right. First off, I'd pay off some debts with this film. Still owe some money on that. But I already know that if we were to get the money for that one, we would just immediately dive into the next project, which I'm hoping to direct my first independent like feature, which we're also looking at being like a musical setting. So just kind of like taking what we did on this project and just plussing it for the next one. But yeah, this would go straight to the next project. So I think that's the best use of that money. So yeah, if you guys vote for me and I get it, maybe you'll get a second musical out of it if you want it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Gray. It was so cool getting to know a little bit more about you. And we cannot wait to have you here in Shreveport, Louisiana for the Film Prize competition for 2021. So before we head out today, everyone, I just want to say thank you one more time to Gray Fagan, the director of Moonlight Dancer. Remember, Prize Fest 2021 will require all ticket holders, artists, and staff to show proof of vaccination or proof of a negative COVID test. Information and all the tickets will be at prizefest.com. That is PRIZEFEST.com. We will see you in the next interview, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Viva, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.
And we're done.
All right, that was pretty easy.
Yes, I try to make them pretty easy. Thanks for sitting with me today. I know you have plenty of stuff to do, so I'm gonna let you buzz and go kill it and all the things. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to really any of us, and we're happy to help you in any way that we can.
Sure. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It was super fun.
All right, see you later, Greg.